Yo, what's up guys, Beastrom here, bringing you some APB Reloaded gameplay. So, for those of you who don't know what this game is, hold on a second, something doesn't feel right. Let me get some old school gangster like music on. Oh, that's a lot better, Now I can actually fit the theme of the gangster criminal kind of stereotype that this game portrays. It's kind of like GTA. For those of you who haven't heard of this game, like I said, it's kind of like GTA multiplayer. You can either play as a criminal or an enforcer. Now, when I say enforcer, it's not necessarily a cop per se. You can arrest people being an enforcer, but you're more like a vigilante. But you can shoot people and shoot the criminals and stuff. There's not really a set goal or rule that you can pertain to where you have to do a certain thing a certain way. You just shoot people. It's basically like deathmatch. You do have objectives. They're always different. What I mean by they're always different, obviously, they are different to a certain extent. They have certain objectives that you will eventually do the same ones over and over again, but in my opinion, this game is not that repetitive. It has a lot of replayability factor too, and that's why I go back to play it a lot. I think originally this thing was supposed to be an MMORPG, and it has a lot of strategic factors contributing to it, to gunplay and stuff. This is one of the things I really like about multiplayer games that emphasize gunplay a lot. When skill is involved, when a player of greater skill generally can triumph over a person of lesser skill, even if the person has a better weapon. There is no body multipliers in this game, so you can get a headshot and it won't do any more damage than if you shot them in the foot. Now I actually think this is a good idea, going back to the skill factor thing. A player can, doesn't get any view kick or flinch or anything to where they can just get a cheap, quick headshot. It doesn't matter where you shoot the person, and I think that leads to a big skill factor because there is a bloom, and every weapon has a certain amount of bloom depending on how fast you shoot the weapon. Each weapon behaves differently. Now you see here I also have to flank these guys because I know they're coming up to try and flank my teammates. And you see them fighting in the street and stuff. You'll see them pop up on the bottom right. That's the mini map, by the way. I think it goes up to 80 or 90 meters. I'm not sure if it says it in the bottom right. But the mini map goes up to roughly 80 meters in game, of course. And I saw this guy over here and he was shooting my teammates, so I flanked him and I shot him in the back and killed him. And that's the strategy that is behind this in this game. Now, depending on what you play, it doesn't matter if you're an enforcer or a criminal, you can play defense or offense. It just depends. Like I said, that's the randomization part of the missions. Some of them you defend, some of them you attack, or you're on offense, whatever you want to call it. And I think it's a lot of variety. It leads for a high variety. Now, I originally recorded this in live commentary, but for some reason it didn't save the audio file. I guess I didn't have something set up right. So that's unfortunate, but I still got you guys some gameplay. I think you guys would rather listen to my first impressions of this game, I guess, which I've played this game for about the past 3 years now, but I just now got a good enough computer and a good enough parts for my computer to be able to record and show you guys some pretty good gameplay. And I know it's not the best gameplay in the world. I can do much better. But I was playing solo and I had 2 randoms on my team, which they actually generally did pretty much better than me in certain circumstances. Of course, some of them got more kills and all that. But the thing I like about this game is it rewards objective play. There's not leaderboards on this game. Nobody's stats is tracked to a certain extent, to a certain degree or a certain extent rather. What I mean by that is there's no like leaderboards. You don't see people on the top, so I think that encourages people to not play like a specific way like in other shooters like Call of Duty and Battlefield of those things of nature. I think that's a good thing. It's pretty cool. It's just kind of you pick up and play this game. There is a big learning curve to it though. You have to know how to shoot your weapons. Like I said, that goes back to the skill factor thing. Now don't get me wrong, it's some weapon imbalances in the game. Glaring problems, like I said, every weapon is not going to be perfect, and everything in a video game is not going to be perfect. That's impossible to 100% balance a game, and plus I think it would leave it quite boring because there would be no randomization part of it. There would be none of that random quirky aspects of a video game that we've come to know and love, and I think honestly a lot of people overlook that part of a video game, that sometimes the imperfections is what makes the game good in certain aspects. Of course, as long as it's not that detrimental to the gameplay, the core gameplay, the meta part of the game that actually is affected. As long as that's not harmed in any way, Modern Warfare 2, I'm talking about you, with the grenade launchers and stuff, I think the game generally can be pretty good, as long as, like I said, that doesn't happen. But as you can see here, I'm using a weapon that can be very accurate if you feather the trigger or pop shot it or whatever you want to call it. I call it pop shotting, wherever you just tap the trigger if it's an automatic or whatever to maintain your accuracy while still shooting at people from a distance. You have to do that in this game, which again, I love that part of the game. There are SMGs that you can hold down the trigger. There are SMGs that you can pop shot. It's all about, you know, just weapon and bullet placement and stuff. You just have to know when to shoot someone where and all that good stuff. There's a bunch of other stuff I like to go into and cover in this game. Maybe another commentary if you guys would be kind of interested to see more. As you guys can already tell, this game looks like it's got a lot of customization. That's one of the main things I really like about this game. Being an artist, I can really relate and customize my character in such a way that I actually like. You know, I think it's pretty cool. I've got a bunch of different characters on this one specific account. If you look at everything on my character, all that I made myself, especially the tattoos. I went into a designer and designed all the shapes and stuff, and according to the tattoos and stuff, you'll see me zoom in a second here. All those tattoos, like I said, I pretty much designed by myself for my character, and I thought it was pretty fun to do that. And I've just been playing on this account for such a long time now, and it's had a lot of fun playing this game. It's been a lot of fun playing with my older cousins and friends of that. Met some pretty cool friends playing this game. It's just a lot of fun. There's a pretty decent community. Obviously, you got your bad seeds, so to speak, or your bad apples, but that's with every video game. Come on, guys, this isn't unexpected, but like I said, don't let them bother you, man. It's a pretty fun game, and hell, it's free. I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong with that. Just try it out. It's on Steam, so search up APB Reloaded. But feel free if you want to let me know down in the comment section if you want to see any more of this. But you guys, of course, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.